Oh, the music instantly.
Long ago in England in 1592, there begins our tale, and all of it is
I'm digging the
true.
music.
Through all of London, bubonic plague did spread, covering folk in weeping sores and leaving thousands dead.
Bubonic plague, everyone. Round of applause. Oh, drag to turn page. There it is. For some reason, it's struggling to capture me. Capture my magnificence. Why are you struggling? Okay. I'd sit a little further. There we go. That's a little bit. Right. Left page.
From towns and cities, doctors they did flee, leaving their patients to die in misery.
But one brave doctor stayed when all the cowards fled, might not have been because he was too sick to leave his bed.
This is very good. Very good form.
Alas, 'tis my final hour. I will surely die.
Oh no, not Simon
Far
Foreman.
gone to recover, and for the plague there is no cure. Unless a cure might be found in the stars.
You're looking at the wrong place, my friend. Turn the page. Choose one zodiac sign to diagnose the condition. How might it be cured of the plague? I guess Sagittarius. I have the plague, characterized by loss of appetite, immoderate thirst, and pus-filled swellings behind the ears, in the armpits, and in the groin. These are symptoms of a fever provoked by excess sanguinity in the liver. Jupiter domicile in Sagittarius. What the heck? Sagittarius, a ruler of the liver. What? This indicates a severe imbalance of the blood humor. I don't think it's that, but I guess I have to use it. You chose Sagittarius.
Let me see now. According to the stars, the way to cure the plague is
Let me see now.
to treat the fever it provokes. Oh, can it be true? Might a disease so monstrous as the plague be cured by treating it as if it were an exceeding bad fever? Then I must use powerful herbs to bring the fever to crisis and
sure.
break it. Let me
Whatever.
see. Angelica and dandelion for heat, borage to provoke sweating.
Porridge.
Infuse them in wine. Strain and
What a
dissolve the
strange
mixture to
lad that
produce
one is.
a most powerful strong water.
By strong water, do you mean alcohol? Fade. He died. I'm so sorry. Oh no, he lived. Okay.
Cured.
Surprising.
Shall now go forth with my miraculous strong water to cure all London of the plague.
This isn't how it works, did it? If this never happened. Also, stop struggling to capture. Why is my webcam's view suddenly changing all the time? Like it feels like it's looking at me and then it's not anymore. I need like an actual rig for it or something. There we go. Okay, fixed. Fixed for now. How might I be cured of the plague? I judge my plague symptoms as provoked by a fever and invented a new kind of strong water to cure it. Letter of recommendation. This current will return for another consultation. I love this. Huzzah! What a jovial tune we are having. Dude, the music in this game is so good. I have no idea, but I want to listen to you more. Come on, drag.
day, madam. How may I?
You Mr. Foreman?
Are you Mr. Foreman?
Simon Foreman, the doctor?
Well-
I am indeed Dr. Simon Foreman. I bid you welcome to my consulting chambers. Mistress... Mistress...
Alan, Mistress Avis Allen of...
Were you not listening to the music that was saying whenever she was in?
I am 33 years of age.
3 and 30?
How might I do you service this day, Mr. Allen? Pray describe your troubles.
Pray tell.
Well, the pain started full late last eve upon retiring to bed.
On retiring?
I am in the habit of retiring so late, but my husband did desire a special supper of cold meats to celebrate and give thanks in any case, it started in the night and it continued until dawning. That being the pain in my head and the chundering.
Chundering?
Say. Make note of this.
I have no idea what chundering is. How peculiar.
Is that all?
Aye, that is all.
Oh, vomiting. Chundering.
On it, my complaint to seem most trifling, and you are doubtless busy with important cases.
I'm not an actual doctor.
Yea, verily, mayhap I should not have come after all. Good day, Dr. Foreman. I beseech you, pardon me, for I have wasted your time.
Prithee, do not go.
They really do it like it's an actual, like, staged play. Like, even the audio sounds pretty accurate.
Mistress Allen, else you would not have come this day.
Well, aye.
Let us consult the stars now then, shall we? What is the cause of Mistress Allen's suffering?
Oh, come on. Not the stars again. Suffer with a headache. What is causing my suffering? Provoked by anxious passions associated with her being with child. This indicates a disturbance of the mind. Right? And then suffering from evil digestion. This suggests a mild imbalance of black bile in the body. Oh, I did not mean to choose cancer. Wait, is there any way I can go back? Wait. Oh, dang it. Ah, dang it. No, wait. Can I continue? Or will I continue from the decision? There we go. Just Scorpio.
You are with child, Mistress Allen. 'Twas the reason for your celebration last evening, methinks?
Methinks?
But how did you know?
Well,
I can see it in my chart, madam. There is a planet aligned with Scorpio at present. Scorpio being the constellation that rules over such matters.
Scorpio rules over pregnancies?
How has it been since your monthly courses?
It has been 14 weeks since my courses, and yesterday I did feel the child quicken. So, indeed, 'twas the cause for our celebration, as you say. For I have been with child before, you see, but 'tis never
Survived.
Mr. Allen and I do pray this one will be
Ah.
born alive.
Poor Miss Ellen.
Dear lady.
Dear lady.
Planet Mercury in my chart does suggest you suffer from anxious passions on account of your condition. And given your
Prior history.
ill-favoured history, I warrant 'twas the twin burdens of hope and fear that provoked your troubles last evening.
Oh, I see.
Pray take this flask of wine, madam. It has been infused with cloves, ginger root, and cinnamon. Drink of it each morning, and you should soon feel much improved.
Verily, I will do as you advise.
Mostly because it's wine.
Heartily, sir. Fare you well, Dr. Foreman.
Fare you well, Mistress Allen.
Yeah, okay, would have been so much worse if I picked cancer. The querent did present with symptoms of headache and involuntary upward purging. I judge the querent as being with child. Methinks the querent is most pleased with me for a reading I gave today. A success. Return for another consultation. See case summary. Okay, yep, that's it. Thomas Blake. The bloke. I like the music. I really do. Yes.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
Simon Foreman, the physician, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am the man who looks at stars and diagnoses whether or not you have 5 or 4 weeks to live.
I have the honor of welcoming to my humble consulting chambers the Dean of Rochester Cathedral.
Oh, he's a dean.
'Tis I, Thomas Blagg.
What a
Though
Blagg?
not upon church business,
It's not
I come to
Blagg.
you this day. 'tis upon a matter of my own that I
Of
require
my
counsel.
own.
I have lately been offered some very lucrative investment opportunities.
Yes.
And,
Well,
it is said that God speaks to us through the stars, does he not?
Indeed he does. 'Tis well known that astrology is but a conduit for the word of God, as interpreted using scientifical means.
sure.
Now, these investments of which you speak, pray tell of them, if you please.
2 merchant ships will shortly set sail
Oh.
on very lucrative trading expeditions.
Yes.
I do not possess the coin to invest in both. Hence,
And
I must
courage
choose
to
between
invest in
them.
both.
And I must choose very wisely indeed. For sea voyages are most perilous, and if my ship were to founder or be captured by pirates, I would lose my entire investment.
Aye, forsooth, 'twould be most lamentable, to say nothing of the
Forsooth.
poor souls who might lose their lives.
Who are naturally the greater of my concerns.
Aye, naturally.
Naturally.
Whither might these ships be bound?
The first is bound for the Spice Islands of the East. 'Tis a voyage to be undertaken
Spice
by a
Islands
ship
of the
named
East, okay.
Conquering Cherub. The other is the Pride of Yarmouth. She is to bring back sugar from the Americas. Have you now the information you require? Then perchance you may divine for me on which of these 2 ships our Lord God has bestowed his divine blessing.
Aye, Dean Blag, we may now consult the stars. Should Thomas Blag invest in the voyage of the Conquering Cherub, or that of the Pride of Yarmouth?
Okay. Let's see. Oh, can I invest? What does this say? Be the star selected highlight sections in the sky. The ship's name should evoke a child who is victorious in battle. House of Children. Right? Or B. Plague's investments in trading voyage will result in a change of fortune from this represents change in fortune. The ship's name should evoke a woman who partakes in marriage, represents femininity. Femininity. Huh? It's there. How do I tell? An easy, like, good way. Journey. Talk about journey, I guess, in Uranus. You chose B.
First, I must advise you that your investment will bring about a change in fortune for you.
I should hope so.
Yes.
Indeed, it is the reason for my desire to make such an investment. But in which ship?
You must invest in the Bride of Yarmouth.
I think
Bride
that's
of Yarmouth?
a
The
good deal.
bride? But how on earth?
Allow me to explain, Dean Blag. In the house of marriage, we see the planet Venus, which does represent femininity. And what is the feminine element of a wedding? 'Tis the bride. Ergo,
I mean,
the
there are a lot of
Bride
feminine
Yarmouth.
things.
Do, do you now see? I assure you, my logic is most sound.
Doubtless it is, though 'tis of no use to me.
Why?
I said nothing of a ship called the Bride of Yarmouth. 'Twas the Pride of
I
Yarmouth.
thought.
Pride, with a P.
Ah, verily. But I...
Oh, tush, Dr. Foreman. I will not judge you harshly, for in truth I too do oft find myself thus befuddled. We elder gentlemen cannot expect to be as sharp
Okay,
as once
I'm
we
not
were,
old.
can we?
Sir, I hardly think we're
I,
of the
I didn't
same
even
age.
think it had to do with the women
Sir,
either.
As much as I would love to bide and discourse with you, it is almost time for my afternoon nap.
He's not going to
I
visit
hope
me
you will
again, is he?
benefit from one also. Good day, Dr. Foreman, and keep ye well.
Oh, that sucked. I hate him. The querent did wish to know which of the 2 trading ships identifies the querent to invest in the bride of yours. Methinks the querent took my advice a little ill. We'll return for another consultation. She does not look like a maid. She's a maid. She's a maid. No. You're lying to me. Okay,
Good morrow, sir.
Pray tell, are these the consulting chambers of Simon Foreman, Doctor of Astrology and Physic?
Physic?
Indeed, 'tis I, Dr. Simon Foreman. And your name, madam?
Emma Sharp of Shoreditch, sir. 25 years of age.
Welcome, Sharp. And how may I do you service this day?
Well, 'tis a trifle delicate. A man has asked me to be his wife. A dear.
Congratulations.
But I fear you will think me cold, Dr. Foreman.
I don't love him.
Madam, whatever is the matter?
Well, he is exceeding advanced in years. I do worry he may not be long for the world, and if he were to die, I do not think I could bear it. Verily, I would not. Indeed, methinks I would rather not marry him at all.
Do
Am I
you-
very heartless, Dr. Foreman?
No.
Not in the least, madam. Your fears are most reasonable. A man in the winter of his life is indeed more likely to die.
Winter of his life, huh?
Tis a
I like
medical
that.
fact. But
It is a medical fact that he will die
you
soon.
might be afflicted with a grave health condition, do you not? To wit, any ailment that might soon prove fatal?
Forsooth I do. That is my question precisely. Why, Dr. Foreman, 'tis as if you have a gift for reading minds.
Merely the gift of logical surmise, madam. Let us see whether a judgment of the stars may calm your fears. Does Mr. What was your gentleman's name?
The gentleman's name?
George Middleton.
George
a wool
Milton,
merchant.
a wool merchant. Okay.
Does Mr. Middleton have any ailments that might hasten his death?
Let's see. Middleton suffers from dropping down of the piss. Libra. Ruler of the kidneys. Characterized by involuntary urination, is exacerbated when combined with his fear of heights. This suggests severe vertigo. Middleton suffers from cardiac passion, a condition that may end in death. Venus represents the imbalance of phlegm. Illness cannot be cured, and this suggests a mild imbalance of black bile. This suggests a mild enchantment cast by witch. This suggests the possibility of death. Bewitched. Cardiac passion. Ruler of the heart. I feel like detriment in Leo. I feel like this is accurate? Question mark.
I am full sorry, madam, but the stars give heavy news. Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion. Indeed, his heart may stop at any moment. He must avoid anything that might alarm or trouble his vital spirits. One shock could be enough to kill him.
Oh, woe, alas, poor Mr. Middleton.
I feel like I helped her.
thank you for your kind understanding,
But I
Dr.
feel like
Foreman,
that makes
and
more
for- and
sense.
for your discretion in this matter. I will at once to my family go and beseech them not to make me accept Mr. Middleton's proposal.
Yes.
God give you good day, Dr. Foreman.
God give you good day, sir. God give me good day. The queen did wish to know whether a man she wishes to marry does suffer from any grave health conditions. I did advise the queen that Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion and that he could die at any moment. Methinks the querent was pleased with me reading. Alright. Where is the man treating you a qualified licensed doctor? London has lately been opportuned by low-born charlatans claiming the title of doctor. These men have never attended university, and therefore cannot be trusted. Any men found to be practicing medicine without a medical license shall be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Dr. Richard Smith, President at College of Physicians. Oh god, they're gonna kill me. Murdering one fight. What do you mean? Oh, the doctors are coming to kill me. Aren't they lovely chaps? Methinks not.
What is the meaning of this warning being put about by the College of Physicians? Do
They want me dead?
It is true that I do not have a medical license.
Yes.
What am I to do? Mayhap the stars will advise me.
I'm doomed. Stars all say you're gonna be beheaded. Okay, the authority of the licensed doctors in London holds it primarily owing to their wealth. Privilege, there's not much that they do not know about physics. Ignorance. The College of Physicians is making war against me. If I am to become the best doctor in London, I must find a way to end this war. Then the Church of England can help me, for the Archbishop of Canterbury has a special power to grant medical license. Alright, interesting. Was that true? I must use my brilliant mind to forge strong relationships with my querents. And a solution involves being sensitive to the needs of my querents. I feel like this works more than anything.
It seems that if I'm to avoid prosecution by the College of Physicians, I must obtain a medical license.
Yes.
Towards this end, doubtless the best course is to serve my querents well, treating their illnesses and problems with intelligence and sensitivity. For if I do, they may favor me with letters of recommendation.
Yes.
And I can use these to petition the University of Cambridge to grant me a license.
Yes. A license to practice. I did wish to know how to protect myself from the dark intentions of the College of Physicians. The stars did advise me to serve my querents well, so that they might give me letters of recommendations, which such letters I may convince the University of Cambridge to grant me a medical license. Of a bed? I do love your song. Ferraro. Ah, alright. Who's Ferraro?
Good day to you, sir. Oh, I see you're having some difficulties.
Difficulty standing.
Fetch my guest a chair.
No, it's good. I am just a little stiff.
As you wish. Mr.
Signor Riccardo Ferraro.
Ferraro.
Gentleman of Venezia, come to
Venezia.
trade in London.
He's Italian.
'Tis a fine city, I hear. And how may I do you service this day, Signor Ferraro?
I am come with una problema medicale, and you are most great dottore who does cure all London, huh? You cure Ferraro too, see?
Forsooth, I will seek to do so, Signor. Pray,
Now,
describe your
question.
complaints, if you please.
Is that actually how French? Is that just a French?
See, and his pain down
Does he have a...
molto pain.
And pain in the lower back. Now, let us see what...
Does he have
symptoms
what's it
he
called?
has. What ails Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
Oh my gosh, not an ulcer, like a sore, some kind. Pain during my urination, Sarah suffers from stones in the kidney. This disease can cause loss of appetite, severe pain in the kidneys area, vomiting, and difficulty passing urine. May not be that. Has dysentery, characterized by pain in the bowels, faintness, and oily stools. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. I didn't read the other one. Okay. Same thing we did last time. I keep clicking the wrong thing. It's a little annoying. Pisces suffers from gout, which is caused by hot... No, it's not that. I think it's this? Dysentery? I think he's suffering from dysentery. It hurts whenever he uses...
You suffer from dysentery, Signor. For although, as I did remark, Venice is said to be a fine city, 'tis perhaps not a very healthsome one. I have heard your...
I did not mean to insult his thing.
...privies that give rise to humours most foul. And are not the roofs in Venice built of lead?
See?
Lead is a most dangerous substance.
Yes.
Indeed, water collected from lead roofs is a well-documented cause of dysentery. I prescribe bed rest and vigorous
I think that's
fumigation
right.
of the body from below. If you will return to my chambers later this day, my manservant William...
My manservant? Who's William?
You are quite sure of this diagnosis? The dysentery, you say, huh? Then you blow the smoke up on my...
Up your fundament, yes. As I say, my manservant will perform the procedure, after inflating a pair of bellows with the fumes of hot coal tar. Be not afeard, sir. It is a near painless procedure.
Mayhap we do another day, huh? When I am not so busy with my, trading. Arrivederci, Signor Foreman.
Arrivederci.
Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day.
Did he not like my diagnosis? Pain along the back, I diagnosed and prescribed bed rest and fumigation from below. Methinks the querent took my advice ill. I feel like that was good advice. Oh, Avis is back. Okay. Come on.
Well met, Mistress Allen. Pray tell, the last time I saw you, you were with child, methinks. Pray tell, how fares...
I would rather not talk about that, if you please.
Oh,
Did it not go well?
I am full sorry, madam.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
The matter that brings...
I prithee, madam, say on.
I'm come about the new law. I know not what to do, and I would have counsel.
You are in trouble with the law, madam?
Nay, at least not yet, but my neighbours have begun to remark unkindly upon my absences, my Sunday absences from church. I am afeard one of them may soon denounce me.
Wow.
'Tis the Act Against Recusance you speak of. The law that obliges Catholics to attend church and take the English sacrament. You are of the Catholic faith, then, I take it?
I, a Catholic, but as
Catholic.
a law-abiding woman and a full loyal subject of the Queen. Long may she reign.
I do not doubt it, madam.
But to take the Protestant sacrament, 'tis heresy. So says the Pope in Rome. I risk being damned to hell if I do it, Dr. Foreman. Verily, I find myself
Maybe
in a most
don't and
terrible
move?
bind.
I see. Damned if you do, yet condemned if you do not. A cruel bind indeed. Let us see if the stars may untangle it for us. Should Mistress Avis...
Oh god, the stars again.
Protestant
Really?
church services...
Where's my... Did my character lose its capture again? Come on. Fix yourself. Fix yourself, me. Alright, let's see what the stars have to say. I am Catholic. Should I obey the law and attend Protestant church services? You have the wrong impression of Alan's wealth and are envious. What? Neptune in retrograde. This suggests confusion, indicates jealousy. This moon neighbors, Miss Allen's trouble is her female neighbors. No, not at all. Obviously, B, whatever it is, Agnes must remain strong in her Catholic faith, for when the Queen dies, her successor may revert England back to Catholicism. Advises strength. Pluto advises death. Represents a surprising political event. This may be a creative solution for appeasing Pope in Rome while also honoring England's Protestant legacy. This suggests creativity. This suggests foreigners. Miss Allen deserves getting in trouble with the law and being punished by the authorities, the sororities, and Miss Allen's duty to cooperate. I'd say B. Hands down B. Smarter this way. Better. Better for you. It's B.
I fear the stars confirm your fears. You must attend church every Sunday, lest you risk being prosecuted for being a recusant.
Oh, but then what of my soul, Dr. Foreman?
Say sure.
Solution for that, madam. If you were to cross your fingers behind your back during service, any Protestant oath you swear would not count. Of course, you must be sure to stand at the back of the church while doing so, so that only God may see, and no one else.
Forsooth, what an ingenious notion!
This.
Oh, Dr. Foreman, you have saved me. You are so wise, sir. 'Tis so. Verily, 'tis most admirable.
But, dear lady, 'tis you who is to be admired.
The
The strength of resolve, your devotion to your faith, and your... Madam, would you care to... see my collection of Venetian glassware?
I think I would. Indeed, I would like that very well.
Okay. She's married, right? The querent, okay. The querent did wish to know whether she should comply with these services. Thereby betraying her Catholic faith, identifies the querent to attend church, but to cross her fingers behind her back during the service. Methinks the querent is most pleased with me for reading I gave today. Coitus post consolatio. God mend me, what have I done? If only I knew of the Jesuit priests I might confess my sins to. Oh. Amelia Lanier. Hit me with those songs. She's quite a lady. How's my... Interesting. How's my relationships? The guys I have no game with.
Good day to you, sir.
Ladies
I am
I do.
Amelia Bassano of Bishopsgate, here for my consultation.
Consultation?
Welcome, Mistress Bassano. Bassano. 'Tis an Italian name, is it not?
Yes.
It is, sir. Though I was born in London, my family are from Venice. They did come to London to gain employment as musicians at the Royal
Oh,
Court.
interesting.
Ah, I know one of your countrymen, Riccardo Ferraro.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of my cousins.
Yes.
Mayhap you
Ricardo.
know him? He hails from Venice too.
No, sir, I do not know him.
Good.
Venice is a large city, and as such, 'tis home to many thousands of men. And as I
Yes.
did mention, I was born in London.
Yes.
Aye, of course.
We weren't listening.
Mayhap we turn our thoughts to what brings you hither this day.
Mm-hmm.
Have you a question for me?
Aye, sir, I wish to know what afflicts me. For my belly does begin to swell, and lately I oft find myself chundering after meals.
Oh, she's pregnant as well.
Abdomen and involuntary upward purging. Well, now, let us consult the stars
He's
to
pregnant.
judge the cause of these troubles.
Right?
What is ailing Mistress
Didn't we-
Amelia Bassano?
Did something similar to this already. She's pregnant. Sagittarius, current suffering from liverworm. Nope. It's with child, yep. And current afflicted with a crick in the knees caused by pressure of excessive weight gain. This illness is chronic. No, she's pregnant.
I neglected to ask. Is there a Mr. Bassano?
I, my father still lives.
I mean,
I mean to say, are you yet married, Mistress Bassano? I presume you are, for the stars indicate that you are with child. Wondrous news indeed.
Ah, I see.
Of course, it is natural for a young lady to be.
she was sleeping
anxious
around.
expecting her first child, and I see you are anxious, are you not?
Aye, Mr. Foreman, I own that I am.
Well, doubtless you are anxious owing to the unpredictable nature of your condition. For instance, sometimes the child might emerge from its mother's womb early. Weeks or even months early than
Sometimes there might be an early
This
birth.
possibility is a medical fact, and one that should be explained to any husband you may.
I have no husband.
Do you see what I'm saying, Mistress Bassano?
Nay, not in the least, sir.
Ah, some of my maiden querents, I assume you are still unmarried and therefore a maiden, when they find themselves inexplicably with child, they oft do not remain unmarried for long. I advise you to discuss this with your family without delay, Mistress Bassano.
Yes.
Doubtless they will be keen to make the arrangements for you.
I see. Yes, of course.
Yes,
I
if-
must lose no time in finding a husband. I thank you, Dr. Foreman. Good day.
I mean, yeah, we've only gotten good results with women. Corinne did present with swollen. She's pregnant. She's pleased with the result today. Oh. I'm also pregnant. Yes, every single woman client you have is with child. We got such good singers.
Dr. Foreman.
I love it so
I
much.
am Mary Payne of 4th Street
Mary
in Lambeth,
Payne.
and come to seek your counsel about my neighbours.
What
Tomorrow,
neighbors?
Mistress Payne, and well met. Ah, what trouble do your neighbours give you? They play their lutes into the night, perchance? Mayhap a neighbour has cast a malignant spell upon your cabbages.
Your
Why,
cabbages.
sir, 'tis no trifling matter. Indeed, 'tis a matter of grave importance. Doubtless you do know we have a Catholic living on 4th
Catholic
Street.
living.
A woman by the name of Avis Allen.
Ah, yes. I did hear tell that Mistress Allen subscribes to the Romish faith. But 'tis no crime to be a Catholic, is it, madam? At least, not at present.
Aye, but harbouring a
Aye.
genuine priest is Dr. Foreman.
Oh,
These
it's...
evenings
Wait.
past, I have spied a man sneaking in and out of the Allen's house. 'Tis my reckoning the man is a priest who is going hither and thither all over Lambeth to perform the Catholic Mass and take confessions.
Mhm.
Doubtless Mr. Allen is hiding him in one of those little cupboards.
You mean to say you think Mr. Allen has installed a priest hole in his house? A secret room hidden behind the wood paneling of a wall?
Indeed, I do. I am certain that he has such a hole, and that a priest is going in and out of Mr. Allen's hole from dusk till dawn.
How troubling. But surely you are mistaken, madam.
Yeah, phrasing.
For, under the cover of darkness, how can you be sure the man you did spy was not Mr. Allen himself?
Nay, 'twas not Mr. Allen.
And how do you know
Mr.
this?
Allen is a fine, tall figure of a man, whereas the figure I did spy was very narrow and malformed in appearance. A scrawny little imp of a man he was.
I see.
Do you think it's his
Now,
brother that
you
he's
mustn't
ashamed
be
of?
Intolerant, Dr. Foreman. If Mistress Allen must cling to her idolatrous backward beliefs,
Idolatrous
it's her own
backwards.
affair, and I have no wish to cause trouble for the Allens.
Mhm.
And 'tis true that Mistress Allen does now attend church on Sundays and takes the English sacrament just as she ought to.
Yes.
But we residents of 4 Street are decent English folk.
Decent
We will
English.
not abide an agent of Rome sneaking around our neighborhood,
An agent of Rome.
muttering incantations in some devilish foreign tongue.
I think you mean Latin, madam.
But before I act upon
Yes,
my
it's Latin.
suspicions, I think it wise
Very
to know
interesting
if there
thing.
be any truth in them.
Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Who is this mysterious stranger, and why does he frequent the Allen's house late at night?
Going in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay. This speaks of a relationship with an untrustworthy foreigner. As foreigners are untrustworthy by nature, this element may be of no particular significance. Alright. Mistress Allen's maternal instincts have been thwarted by her inability to bear a child, but she presently persists in trying to reverse her infertility. What? Okay, this means nothing. Maybe? A man Mistress Payne saw harbors cruel intentions towards the Allen household, goods and possessions. Mistress Payne will die suddenly, mayhap before the end of consultation. Narama formed a scrawny little imp of a man. Let's see. Is a public enemy. The man is public enemy engages in idolatrous worship of the Virgin Mary. In other words, he is a Jesuit priest. This story speaks of an educated man who adorns himself in fine clothes. Sure. Let's try this. That
Mr. Allen
makes
does
even any
use a
sense.
hole for a Jesuit priest. Yeah, that is to say, your suspicions are well founded, madam.
Oh, my days, then 'tis as I was afeared. I thank you, sir. Truly we have done the Lord's work this day. I shall alert the pursuivants of these heretical doings. Blessed day,
He's
Dr.
strange.
Foreman.
But
It's a little
by the
too
saints,
strange.
madam, surely you would not inform the priest hunters. I beseech you, do not act in haste. Dearest Avis, pray forgive me.
Oh, dang it. I got her killed. She was pleased with the rating I gave her. She gives me the least amount of pleasure. Continental frock. I love him. I want to marry this man.
God give you good day, senor.
God give you
And
good
how may I assist you?
Tis I, Riccardo Ferraro.
I know who you
come
are,
once
man.
again to see the great Dottore Simon Foreman.
Great.
So I see. What brings you this day?
Did he burp?
I bring myself to you, so you treat my illness. Tis very grave.
And, what might this illness be?
Is it just
But
excessive
perhaps you might
gas?
Start with your complaints.
First problem is that the laughter cannot be controlled.
Uncontrollable laughter, you say?
You're giddy.
I see. Anything else?
Wait, is this actually a thing?
Problem? The dancing that cannot be controlled.
Wait, does he have a dance fever?
Uncontrollable dancing. And yet, you do not appear to be dancing at present.
What can I say? Tis uncontrollable dancing. I cannot control when I dance.
Nay, 'tis a fair point.
Doubtless my disease, whatever it may be, is a very rare.
Is he
and very
drunk?
difficult to
Is he
diagnose.
drunk? Is that what this is
But of
getting?
course, if it be beyond your medical understanding.
He's drunk.
Let me assure you, signor, that whatever is said of us on the continent, the learning of we English doctors is unparalleled. There is no better medical care to be had than in London. Now, Let us see whether the stars may tell us
You're
something about
drunk,
your unusual and troubling illness.
aren't you? Theater has been bitten by a tarantula. On one of its ankles, tarantula venom causes the victim to laugh, sing, or dance uncontrollably, while also provoking an acute loathing of music. There's an imbalance of blood. Colic, a disease that it causes and abdominal belching and bloating of the stomach. This disease is chronic. Really? Those are my only two options? Feels like... Is it really? Maybe this? Sure, why not? He got bit by a tarantula somehow. I doubt it.
You have been bitten by a tarantula.
None of those made it.
Venom has been creeping throughout your body, provoking the wanton laughter and dancing you're experiencing. The tarantula is a rare spider from foreign climes.
Yeah, this feels like I'm BS.
It traveled with you from Venice, hiding itself among your belongings.
Yeah.
You are right this time.
The venom may be expelled from the body using a combination of heat and music. I advise you to have a lutenist come by your house to sing and play.
So was he BSing about the laughing then?
But take care not to insult the musicians playing.
The colic doesn't make any sense because he didn't describe any abdominal pain.
Loathsome. It will only be on account of
He just said that he was laughing.
Molto bene, Signor Foreman. I will do as you advise. Riccardo Ferraro
Oh, wait.
bids you good day.
Wait, no, was that the right answer? He got angry and then he... Where it was... Okay, wait, that was the right answer? Did present with actual laugh dancing? I did advise Korean speak by relationship. Sure. Emilia Lanier. Return, attitude. Okay.
Good day to you, madam.
She's pregnant.
Yes. Good day, Mr. Foreman. Pray tell, is your Venetian querent Riccardo Ferraro one of the patients you treat for troubles of the mind?
No.
Forsooth, his manner is right strange. I passed him at the door, and when I addressed him in the Italian tongue, he abruptly turned from me and ran away down the street.
Oh, is he embarrassed?
Signor Ferraro has no grave troubles of the mind that I'm aware of. Mayhap he was merely dumbstruck by your beauty.
Probably that.
Dr. Foreman, a man is rarely struck dumb by a woman's beauty. Indeed, 'tis quite the reverse. He is oft rendered all the more loquacious, plaguing her with ill-formed metaphors he believes are compliments, and with hasty declarations and invitations she has neither sought nor invited.
Uh-huh.
Quite.
You, I'm assuming, have an aversion to...
Happier thoughts. I did lately hear of your marriage to your cousin, Mr. Alfonso Lamia.
Your cousin?
For which I must congratulate you. And as I recall, you were with child when I last saw you.
And cousin?
I was, as you correctly judged.
And your child and husband are both well, I hope?
How long has it been?
Discourse on the subject of my husband, Dr. Foreman.
He's my cousin.
You, madam. What
It's a
brings
family
you
matter.
today?
Lately I have been feeling heavy and lethargic. I do also find it hard to fix my attention upon the book I am reading or upon words I am composing. And yet, although I oft feel right tired, I am having difficulty sleeping.
She depressed?
Well, becoming a mother, beset with all the demands of a suckling babe, can
She's either depressed or... Well, no, it's depressed or postpartum depression.
Much of the care of my son. Methinks I must have some kind of disease.
I see. Let us consult the stars to see what afflicts you.
She's...
What is ailing Mistress Emilia
She's got,
Lamia?
right? Postpartum depression, possibly? Current melancholy, excessive black bile. That would actually make sense as well. Current suffers from phlegmatism. It is temperament associated with an excess of phlegm, parasistocism, and stubbornness. The current is suffering from choleric temperament. It's associated with the excess of yellow bile. Suffers exhibit an aggressive... Oh, okay, it's melancholy, yeah. I knew it had to be something somewhat. Melancholy. Right, I have to drag page, I forget.
Mrs. Lanier, the stars indicate that your suffering is occasioned by melancholy, or, in other words, black bile.
I see.
I
And what
don't
treatment
understand the whole
can we
system of
give for it?
biles.
Before we speak of treating your condition, madam, I think it wise we determine what has provoked it.
Yeah,
You did express a desire not to speak of your husband, and
you
I
not
cannot
like him?
help but think that such a reluctance reveals where the source of your troubles might lie. To wit, within your marriage. Would I be right in
Mayhaps I be thinking correctly?
I do not wish to cause you distress, madam, but as a doctor, I do feel I must press you in case it is relevant to your troubles.
My marriage is not a happy one, Dr. Foreman. Mr. Lanier and I do not agree on matters of money and strong drink.
I see. And
Huh.
what are your opinions on these subjects?
That
So-
he spends all our money on strong drink. He disagrees.
And your husband cannot be brought around to see your point of view, nor you his, I presume. Well, the marital discord provoked by strong differences of opinion can often engender melancholy in a wife. Until the matter is resolved between you, you may take a syrup of roses and chicory. Drink of it each day, and it will serve to reinvigorate your vital spirits.
I don't think that's how that works, but
My manservant William bleed you of some of that excess bile.
read you some of that accents by.
William, come hither and bleed Mistress Lanier.
Do I ever get to see William? Or is he always just William? Methinks is most pleased with the reading I gave today. Ooh, she's almost ready to give me a recommendation. Sir, I thank you for your recent inquiry with regards to obtaining a license to practice medicine. I note from our records that you terminated your enrollment at our institution some years ago on the grounds of insufficient funds. Whilst we do not ordinarily issue medical license to men who have not first completed a medical degree, proof of equivalent professional experience in the form of letters of recommendation may be taken into consideration. A minimum of 8 such letters of recommendation is customarily required. I advise you to write us once again. You have obtained the requisite numbers of letters. John Cowell, Vice Chancellor of University of Cambridge. I don't know, pretty much. That's good. That was pretty good.
Ah, my dear Avis, what a pleasure it is to see you. I have often...
I've gotten Randy again.
My husband will be expecting me home.
Of course, of course. But, dear lady, is something the matter? Be it that
Mhm.
bothersome neighbor troubling you again? The woman who brought the Perseverance to your house looking for a Jesuit priest she accused you of hiding? For I recall how very upsetting it was for
Oh.
you. Speaking
Wait,
thereof,
oh, it
I
was her
suppose
house that we
the
sent it
Parkinson
to.
I recommended, the one who came to fix the destruction of your wall paneling, was...
Yes, the damage to our walls is now fixed. But I come upon another matter. I wish to ask of the stars whether a man I am close with, a man who is not my husband, whether that man be also close with another woman.
A man
Hmm.
you are.
You could just ask me.
I see.
You could ask me.
If I am to judge the stars for you, I must ask you to be more precise. In what sense do you mean close? The platonic bond of friendship?
Nay,
Aye.
close in the sense of being...
We're just buddies.
I see. Then 'tis the familial tie of kinship, perchance.
Nay, I mean someone with whom I have shared physical relations.
Coitus.
Very good,
Coitus.
madam. If I am to give you an accurate reading...
Give me the name.
state your
Say it.
position clearly.
Methinks you know full well what I ask.
Yeah, but I like teasing
Ask
you.
the
It's fun.
stars whether my lover is, that is to say, be it true that he engages with another woman in acts of strumpy humpy.
Strumpy hump.
You astonish me. 'Tis unlike you to speak such
could-
indelicate words. Now,
You're telling me?
if I understand you correctly, you have a lover, and you wish to know whether he has been sharing his
You
tender
wish
pleasures with
to know whether he has strumpy humpy, my dear.
I not verily say so?
And now that we have at last fathomed your question, let us read the stars to fathom an answer.
Yes.
Mistress Allen,
Yes, whether or not strumpy humpy has been a thing.
to her.
I assure you, madam, I've not slept with another man. Or woman. Seeing a woman who is willing and able to marry him, he wishes to continue his family line. Alan no longer pleases her lover. The spark has been lost. Versus mature man at her first lover. So obviously we're picking A. Represent masculinity. Lover wishes to father a child. Alright. And then Mistress Allen's mind has been turned by jealousy and confusion. Ellen should be more optimistic about her romance with this man, and this consultation will provoke unexpected intimacies between me and Miss Avis. Hey, it is. Yeah, getting some of that sweet loving. And turn the page.
Stars are most clear, madam.
I
Your
have...
lover has not been coupling with another woman.
He has not.
Dear God.
Forsooth, the stars say that your mind has been turned by jealousy and confusion. Now,
Well...
there's nothing further, madam.
Oh, how
This
relieved
was-
I am to hear you say this. Oh, Simon, what a fool I have been not to trust
it
you.
was about me.
You, this lover, 'twas me all along. You were not
Wait.
speaking of some other man?
You really didn't know this. You had
Pardon me,
post-coitus
Simon,
with
I
him.
had to know the truth from the stars, for I did hear tell of other women.
Yeah, 50% of the entire population is that.
No other woman is to me so dear and verily is it not clear to you that I...
Do you verily, Simon?
Oh, my dear, sweet Avis.
Time for some post-consult here. Yep. The querent did wish to know whether her lover is engaging in intimacies with another woman. I'd advise the querent that her lover remain loyal to her. The querent revealed that I was the lover she was referring to. This caused confusion, though it was quickly resolved. Methinks the querent is most pleased. Coitus post-consulate. Consolatio. I received a letter of recommendation. Excellent, verily. It was very wrong of me to doubt him. Hello, small ape and woman holding the small ape. Sybil Fortescue. Well, methinks that you're crazy.
Madam, I humbly welcome you to my consulting chambers and thank you for choosing my practice. Mistress...
Thank you for being in practice, I should say.
Well then, Mistress Fortescue, what may I
Fortescue.
assist you with this day?
I come upon
Like
a most
Montesquieu?
troubling matter, sir. I know not whether it is a medical matter or
Something else.
something else.
I see. Pray describe your trouble to me.
My monkey.
Well,
It doesn't work anymore.
Began with a dinner I hosted at my house last even. Mayhap you have heard of my dinners, Dr. Foreman. They are much talked about. Though I fear last evening's dinner will be talked about for all the wrong reasons.
Which...
Talked about, you say?
Yes, indeed, invitations to my dinners are much sought after, for I host the most desirable of guests. Lords, bishops, poets, explorers, painters, and the like. Why, last eve I hosted the famous Robert Lord Devereux.
Devereux
playwright of
himself.
William Shakespeare, and the Bishop of London and his wife. As well as fascinating conversation, at my table I served the very latest and most original dishes.
Okay.
Last even, I served an exotic green vegetable called a potato. So
Potato.
crisp and refreshing. My dear husband sent them home to me from the New World. Doubtless you have heard of my husband, Captain Fortescue. He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh.
I know that's an
Your
actual
dinners do
person.
sound most excellent, Mistress
I
Fortescue.
can't remember who.
But
Walter
what
Raleigh.
was last eve's dinner that has you so distressed?
Well, in truth, 'twas after dinner. We all felt a strong desire to take some air, and so we left the table to take a turn in some pleasure gardens nearby. But then, as we were walking along the path,
I stripped.
right in the middle of the gardens,
Be...
full public view,
Coitus.
Do not distress yourself, madam. Prithee, take your time.
my guests and I were, all of a sudden, stricken with pain. We began chundering and voiding from our... But there was nowhere to turn, you see. There were no bushes close by to shield our modesty. 'Twas unspeakable.
A moment, madam, as I note this down. Abdominal pain and simultaneous upward and downward purging of a most sudden...
That sounds like dysentery. Or...
Now, let us see how these stars explain this most distressing and unsavory event. What troubled Mistress Sybil Fortescue and her guests last eve?
What did... okay. Suffered from evil digestion, suggests the illness is temporary. That's more likely. Chilly cold, severe imbalance of phlegm, nope. Wandering hands, this is chronic. Cirrhosis, now it's digestion. You had digestion problems. That much is clear.
Madam, I think you said the New World vegetables you dined upon were green in color, did you not? And you described them as crisp and refreshing, I think. I take it then that you served them to your guests green and raw?
Yes, indeed. Most of the potatoes
Mhm.
my husband sent me were full, dull, and unhealthsome in appearance. Hence I served only the green ones. I had my cook cut them in such a way as to resemble roses. 'Tis the way I oft serve my apples.
Ah, then your trouble was a severe case of evil digestion.
Yes.
I have read that these vegetables can be noxious if they turn green.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my days! Do you mean I poisoned my guests?
For a
In
brief
manner of
time,
speaking,
yes.
aye. But worry not, madam, for the suffering was but temporary. Indeed, it does sound as if the bodies of your guests were most comprehensively purged of the poison. However, in future, be sure to cook the
Yeah.
potatoes until they are soft.
Wait, she
and
served them
so
raw?
they do
Is
not
that what I
look
was...
as if turned green.
As God shall mend me. What a shameful affair this has been. I shall go home and, well, I shall write to my husband and ask that he includes cooking instructions with the next gift of food that he sends me. I thank ye and bid ye good day, Dr. Foreman.
Okay, that at least ended well. Diagnosed for digestion. Methinks the current is most pleased. Nice. Oh, well, I really... 45, jeez. Oh. Hello, Melania. How are you doing, Miss Melania? Methinks you're doing quite well, Miss Melania.
Good even, Miss Lanier. What brings you?
I am
What
coming
brings
about
you?
my future, Dr. Foreman. I wish to know whether I will find success as a writer of poems and
Oh.
plays.
Nice.
You can predict futures.
Wants to
can
be a
you not?
writer.
You, madam? A writer of poems? And
Don't make it sound like
plays?
you're so weird.
Forsooth,
By that,
how verily remarkable.
remarkable.
Well, 'tis true most of us Basanos and Laniers are musicians, but I have chosen a different path. I've lately begun a collaboration with a poet and playwright. Let us call him Mr. S.
Shakespeare.
He is presently writing a play that
You're
takes
talking
place
about
in
Shakespeare.
Italy, and as I am of Italian heritage, he has asked me to help him.
Mr.
write.
S is Mr. Shakespeare, right?
Interesting. And does this collaboration betwixt you go well?
Right well, or so he thinks. Indeed, Mr. S did suggest that I am full talented as
Yes.
a writer. Be not afraid of greatness, he told me. For once our play opens upon the London stage, our success will follow, as night follows day.
Wow, that's
I
cool.
see. Then
Are you
why
guys
do
in
have
romantic
your heart in the
endeavors?
stars, madam?
Well, I've noted that Mr. S, although a brilliant man, is oft prone to exaggerated melodrama and implausible plot resolutions. I wish to know whether this story of his, of our future success, is true.
Probably of some
Very
note,
wise
right?
of you, madam. Then let us see whether your success or failure is writ in the stars. Will Mistress Amelia Lanier find fame and fortune as a writer?
Yes. Verily. Okay. Stars. Images more sensitive for the needs of her child. Let's not tell her that. Legacy marred by deceit and jealousy. Beacon Mr. Jest and children creative theft. If Mistress maintains her optimism, her ambitions will be realized. Not only will she be successful, her work will lead to transformative and surprising political changes. And Miss Lanier and her writing partner work well together. Let's go with that.
It would seem Mr. S.'s confidence
Is not misplaced.
For the stars foretell that if you have faith in your success, you will succeed. And your contribution to the world will reach beyond literature to be of great benefit to society.
So, in order to succeed, I must hold fast to a belief that I will succeed.
Yes.
Just so, madam.
But what you are asking of me is right illogical, Dr. Foreman. Indeed, 'tis an impossibility.
Why?
How can I maintain a belief that my success is inevitable when you have just informed me that my success is conditional and contingent? As Aristotle teaches us...
Why are we bringing up Aristotle?
Mayhap I have confounded you with the nuances of my astrological reason. All you need know is that the achievement of your goals is very likely.
Very likely.
Indeed, 'tis indicated that your collaboration with Mr. S will be a fruitful one, Prithee, madam, look not for bad news among the good.
Aye, mayhap 'tis best I not overthink it, as you say. I thank ye, sir. Good even, Dr. Foreman.
Alright, methinks fruitful. Alright, nice. If only I could forget what he said about my successful being. Conditional 5. How would Euclid have solved this conundrum? Babe, you gotta go. Stop coming to my work. I'm doing things here. I'm working, babe. Alright, babe.
Good day to you, sir.
Nah,
Say to you, madam,
we're gonna bang in front of your husband next, aren't we?
what service may I perform for you this day?
For me? None. None at all.
Alright.
Verily, then I cannot fathom why you...
'Twas my husband who bade me come, for he finds it difficult to speak of. As I say, he had me come in his stead. And I could think of no reason to give him for why I should not come.
I see. Then what is troubling your husband?
He thinks I am sleeping with another man.
Madam, I cannot treat a querent without knowing first what his troubles are.
He is unable to perform his marital duties.
I see. And whatever does that mean? Your husband forgets to put out the night soil? Some broken shelving he's neglected to fix? Prithee, madam, I bid you be more precise.
You can't get it up.
You know perfectly well what I mean, Simon. I bid you not drag this out any longer. Pray read the stars and let us get this over with.
As you wish, madam. Now,
Just say, I'm
what
better.
did Alan so as to render him unable to perform his marital obligations towards Mistress Allen?
Alright. Suffers from loss of carnal lust, deficient blood. The illness will get worse before it gets better. This suggests a mild enchantment cast by a witch. Cold in the heart suggests the illness will be long-lasting. Disturbance, out of balance. And crick in the back. It is causing pain in the hips and making it difficult to perform marital duties. I feel like it's this.
Your husband is suffering from a lack of sanguinity in the brain, which has resulted in a loss of carnal lust. According to my chart, there is little hope of remedy.
Verily, no hope at all.
None.
Nay, I'm afeard not.
Oh, then Mr. Allen is not, cannot be a full husband to
And
me.
I must.
At least not in the full, true sense of being a husband.
Precisely so. And as a physician, it behoves me...
Just get in bed and let's get this over with. Come on. We know where this is going.
That a wife be so neglected.
Oh, Simon.
Oh, my darling Avis.
This is so weird. You two's romance is wrong. Succumbing to that could be rude. This, I must own, was not entirely true. I shall say 100 Hail Marys before bed this evening. Nay, 200. I make a love without care. Let's just say if her husband can't get it up, I'm the man for the job. I read the stars and I'll read her like an open book.
Last even, 'twas like a dream.
Ugh.
Never in my life have I felt so...
You're so violent.
My sweet Avis, 'tis true you are married, but surely a love as great as ours can transcend such earthly impediments. Dare I hope for... Nay, 'tis most unlikely. Or is it? Forsooth, there be no harm in asking the stars. Might Avis Allen one day be mine?
Nope. I'm gonna read it no. Highlighted. It's betrayed her marriage vows. The damage this wrought upon her marriage cannot be undone, and her past cannot be erased. I may be optimist for Mr. Allen will suffer ill luck and die. Avis will then be free to marry me. Nope. You're gonna get a no from me. I've not seen things clearly. If I knew about our relationship, I would be presented with seething jealousy. Alice is cunningly hiding a secret from me. His loyalties lie with her family. Say that. I'll say, fine, you can get lucky, I guess.
Avis is one day to be widowed.
And her husband will
Of course,
die.
Very tragical. But after the grieving is done, we will marry. She will be Mistress Foreman. Mistress Avis Foreman.
Mistress Avis Farben, you're such a simp. Yeah. Wow, congrats. I wonder how Avis will wish to furnish my house. Doubtless she will require the purchase of many cushions. Why many cushions? Like, I don't... Is that a reference to how much you'll be in the bone zone? Thomas Blake, it has been a while. How's my relationship with everyone? Received a letter from Avis Allen. Does him an evil. Does me a good evil, that one does. Corrupted heart, that one has. Evil man, that one is.
Fare you well?
Most well indeed, and I will tell you why. The conquering cherub has lately returned home to England.
Ah, this being the voyage you did invest in.
Aye, and what a sound investment it was. For it has paid off most handsomely. The cherub's cargo of nutmeg and pepper will fetch a high price indeed. Forsooth, my earnings have enabled me to make a substantial investment in Sir Walter Raleigh's expedition to the New World.
Interesting.
Methinks I've heard of this. 'Tis a quest to find the fabled lost city of gold, is it not? Or as the Spanish call it, El Dorado.
The very same. For it is said that El Dorado does lie deep within the rainforests of the southern parts of the New World, hiding vast quantities of gold and precious jewels. Hence, what I would have you tell me is, exactly how rich can I expect to be made from my investment?
I see.
For if I am to be made very rich, I am afeard that news of my fabulous wealth may cause some jealousy among the clergy. News travels fast around the diocese, and I think it wise to get ahead of it if I can.
Then let us consult the stars. What will become of Thomas Blagg's investment in Sir Walter Raleigh's quest to find El Dorado?
El Dorado. Let's see. What do we have here? Will my investment pay off? Finances will bring him into happiness. The expedition will encounter foreigners who are stubborn, confident, and led by instinct. Nope. Business partners will be met by violence. Let's not tell him that. This is cause for investment, rising reversal to save the lives of children. God rewards exploration, and Blake will be able to leave his children legacy of fine things. He'll want to hear that.
I tell you, Dean Blagg, that your investment is secure. Indeed, this expedition will produce a fine legacy for you to leave your children. For, according to the stars, God has seen fit to reward England's conquering spirit of curiosity.
God favors the expedition? Oh,
God favors
praise
you.
be to the Lord for his blessings.
Yes.
And once you have received these blessings, Dean Blagg, I do hope you and Mistress Blagg will remember my years of service and friendship to you both. I have always endeavoured to,
Tush, Dr. Foreman. Pray, let us not dwell on such vulgar subjects.
Vulgus.
For did we not at this moment learn that the discovery and conquest of this city is part of God's plan for the glory of our nation?
Yeah.
The honor of having
Sure.
played my small part in it should be reward enough for us both.
Well, I like riches. I will now go to my tailor and order new robes. French silk this time. Thanks. Oh my god. Wait. I love Ferraro. My god.
sir, and well met.
Indeed, 'tis I,
Riccardo
Riccardo Ferraro,
Ferraro.
come once again to the great Dottore Simon
Ore.
Aye, and I can see why you are come. Methinks you are not well, signor. The colour of your face is quite alarming.
It is because I am losing the blood. The blood does drain away from my face, away down my body, and out of my...
You are bleeding from your fundament. How much have you been bleeding, and for how long?
Okay,
Poco.
Ferraro's
Come on.
messed up.
It does come and go.
Oh, so it's...
Sometimes blood, sometimes no blood. You stop at the blood, see?
Mayhap I will, but first I must consult the stars to find a diagnosis. What ails Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
So out of his John Hancock, huge waiting. Hemorrhoids, which cause swelling of the anus rectum. Blind hemorrhoids cause pain, whereas open hemorrhoids are apt to bleed. No. Jaundice, a blockage in his neck, has caused coliaire to pool in his head, turning his face yellow. I think it's this? Hemorrhoids? I think he has hemorrhoids.
There is nothing here to worry about, Signor Ferraro. Your body is merely purging itself of corrupted blood, in a similar manner to that which does occur in a woman's nethers each month. To wit,
You are a woman, sir.
Natural.
Are you sure? Are you sure that is your final answer?
Indeed it is. I do assure you, Signor,
Come
it
on.
is the very latest medical thinking on the subject of hemorrhoids. You are welcome to procure a second opinion, but I warrant you will find that most doctors in London will tell you the same.
Then Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day, Signor Foreman.
Okay, no, we ended with a good note. Good, good, good. He's not angry at us. I gave this... He's a little pleased. He isn't pleased much with anything I say. Woman has a gift.
You see that?
See what, madam?
Your querent, Signor Ferraro, scuttling away from me like a frighted rabbit. What have I ever done to upset
You haven't
the man?
upset him.
All I did
He's
was
just
walk
romantically
over and
involved.
passed him at the door.
Verily, Signor Ferraro's behavior does sound full strange. But let us not think of him, but of the matter that brings you hither, Mistress Lamb.
Yes.
How do you fare?
I wanted to resolve at least one more of her issues, and I
You
think...
spoke true when you said my collaboration with Mr. S would be fruitful.
Congratulations.
Exceeding well. Verily, Dr. Foreman, I would be right content with my lot at present if it were not for the trouble I am come about this day.
Pray, tell me of this trouble, madam.
I am being prowled. Oftentimes in the night I see him following me home. One time methinks I even caught him looking at me through my window. I would have you tell me who this prowling man might be.
A prowler?
Interesting. I can tell you who the man was.
This man to me?
Nay, for 'tis always at night that I spy him, and I have always been too frighted for my eyes to linger upon him very long.
Yeah.
Then let us see what light the stars can shed upon the
Yes,
identity
what
of this man
light?
who hides himself in darkness. Who is
God.
the man prowling Mistress Lanier?
It's me. I've been there the entire time. Me and my shadow. Read the stars by selecting. Prowler is a violent husband. Prowler hopes for a reversal of the ill luck that has had with Mistress Lanier. He harbors a misguided hope that she will perform her wifely duties and resume intimate relationships with him. Unlikely. Is Lanier suffering a mental confusion, owing to a religious belief? She also harbors an unjustified level of mistrust towards prospective romantic partners. I don't think that's it. The Prowler is a man of authority and a master of wit. Miston considers him a friend. Prowler harbors undeclared feelings. This.
The stars suggest that your prowler is a man with a talent for wit, a man who secretly harbors amorous feelings towards you. Does that sound like anyone you know, madam?
Dr. Foreman, I find your question most
Illogical.
illogical. I cannot know of a man who harbours secret feelings for me, for
What?
indeed, if I were to know of them, the feelings would not be secret.
Yes, well, let me put it another way.
Any other men who might.
Mr. S is the keen-witted man who furtively admires you. He is your prowler, madam.
Mr. S is my prowler, you
Likely.
I bid you, sir, check the stars again.
Is it not the most likely explanation, though, madam?
I
You
assure
recently
there
in
is
contact with
nothing
him?
likely about the unique relationship betwixt me and Mr. S. Indeed, he has too much respect for my literary mind to use me so ill. For his is a noble intellect that allows him to soar above the baser instincts of...
You say this, but
Now, if you will not judge the stars again for me, I will bid you good day, Dr. Foreman.
I'm right. I know I'm right. To my advice, rather ill, that does not understand how unlike we artists are. It's gonna turn out I'm right.
Hear ye! Sir Walter Raleigh fails to find
Hmm.
legendary Treasure City. Rumours say next Raleigh voyage is to Pot of Gold at End of Rainbow. Hear ye!
Alright. Reports have lately come in that Sir Walter Raleigh's expedition to the New World in search of El Dorado has been a colossal cluster fail. Despite Raleigh's assurances to the Queen that he might return with gold raided from the legendary city, it is said that Raleigh's ships bring back naught but potatoes. Experts predict Her Majesty's reaction to be somewhat testy. Well, actually, I'm gonna call it a stream there. Thank you so much for. I appreciate anyone who stopped by. But after all the good things must come to an end. So, corpse.